For the first race, they're at the gate. Gate is moving. Starters for race number 1, the ANE pace, behind the gate approaching the top of the stretch. On the rail, Courtney's cousin, Jody Hennessy. French Irish with Steve Mahar. P.H. Russ and Jill Berrio. Mine is Accolade, Ricky Collins. Kildare Justin with Ronnie Gass. Scarlet Fern, Brian Moore. Calavrita Harbor and Doug Falkins. From the outside, Broken Glass and Todd Trites. 8 starters, first race. Here they come. They're off, and Courtney's cousin off stride, leaving the wire. Mine is Accolade quickly pacing to the top. French Irish moves in behind her, racing second. On the outside, Kildare Justin drives on third with P.H. Russ. Racing fourth as they race into the first turn and go driving by the 8th pole. Up the backstretch for the opening quarter, and that's Kildare Justin backing off, looking for a spot on the rail, cutting it out though. Mine is Accolade and French Irish. Kildare Justin is parked and moves on, driving on from third, then P.H. Russ and Scarlet Fern. Calavrita Harbor, Broken Glass, and Courtney's cousin trails the quarter in 32 seconds. Into the turn, they race to the 3/8 pole. Mine is Accolade and Kildare Justin parked, hang second on the outside. French Irish on the rail, racing in third as they pass the 3/8 pole. Off the top turn, they come down the stretch now, racing for the half. Mine is Accolade, Kildare Justin is parked, hang second on the outside. French Irish on the rail, racing third, Scarlet Fern. Moving fourth on the outside now. On the rail, P.H. Russ, then Broken Glass, Calavrita Harbor, Courtney's cousin, by the half in 1:03 and 4. Into the turn for the second time. Mine is Accolade and Kildare Justin hang second. On the rail, French Irish still racing third as they pass the 5/8 pole. Scarlet Fern tips out 3 wide, racing on fourth, and Calavrita Harbor 4 wide as they race up the backstretch for the 3/4. Mine is Accolade. On the outside, Kildare Justin, Scarlet Fern. Calavrita Harbor is 4 wide. Up on the inside is French Irish. 3/4, 1:36 and 1. Mine is Accolade. On the outside, 3 wide now. Scarlet Fern comes to second. Up on the inside, French Irish looks for racing room. Still way wide, Calavrita Harbor as they hit the 7/8 pole. Mine is Accolade takes them home. They come driving down the stretch. It's Mine is Accolade. Here comes French Irish out to challenge second. On the outside, Calavrita Harbor. Now it's French Irish. French Irish, Steve Mahar, first race, 3,000 wins. French Irish wins it over P.H. Russ, tight for show. Time for the mile. 2:09 and 1. Born and bred and raised in our area, should come home to celebrate a major milestone in his career. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Stevie Wonder, Steve Mahar, back to the winner's circle for the 3,000th time. And our first race tonight with number 2, French Irish. French Irish, a bay mare 8 years by French chef out of Jimmy Forwood, she by Isle of Wight. Owned by Ron Robertson, trained by Ron Robertson of St. John. Steve Mahar in the sulky for his 3,000th win for French Irish. Third winning trip in 1993 tonight in 2:09 and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, what has really become the harness racing legends of Steve Mahar began back in May of 1969 when a young Steve Mahar went down to the racetrack with a friend, Donnie Queen, and it really has been a success story ever since. His first win came aboard Whisk Broom Direct in 1969. In his early years, Steve worked for the likes of Jimmy Doherty, our very own Herm Renault here of EPR. He remains one of the best and most respected drivers in the Maritimes, and around these parts his name, of course, is a household one when it comes to harness racing. His career has taken him around the Maritimes and into the U.S. at tracks like Foxborough, Monticello, and Pompano Park. He's been aboard, of course, many a great horse. Some of the more notable ones: Henry Butler, Bound to Be, Armbro Usher, Misty Hill Mary, Gemini Risk, of course, Seltzer Blue, just to name a few. He's been dash-winning champion here at EPR on several occasions, as well as leading the Maritimes more than once. He's joined trackside now by the president of the St. John Exhibition Association, Charlie Swanton, vice president in charge of harness racing, Jerry Lowe, of course, family and friends, wife Twyla, who's celebrating a birthday today, daughters Terry and Bonnie, brother Wayne, more family and friends for Steve Mahar, career win number 3000 here on September the 3rd, 1993. Congratulations. Behind the gate, approaching the top of the stretch, KGZ2 scratched. There's Lonesome Tom with Steve Mahar, Lone Water Leonard, Doug Falcons, GR's Princess and Brian Moore, Renegade Knight with Doug Polly Jr., Island Mercury at Todd Trites, Miss Tahoe, Tony Watson, Weston Miracle with Mark Grant, P.H. Rosie, Mike Berrio, Sherwood's Lad, Gilles Berrio. Here they come. They're off and leaving the wire. Renegade Knight from post 4 goes racing for the top. Lonesome Tom moves up on the inside. Lone Water Leonard has third as they race into the first turn. It's Renegade Knight on top, and out to challenge quickly goes Lonesome Tom as they race by the 8th pole. Lonesome Tom now pacing out on top. Renegade Knight on the outside. Weston Miracle comes to third. Lone Water Leonard on the rail racing a 4th. GR's Princess 5th. Then Sherwood's Lad, Miss Tahoe up on the outside 7th. Then it's Island Mercury. The trailer is P.H. Rosie, the quarter 30 2/5 into the turn. Lonesome Tom a length and a half. Renegade Knight and Lone Water Leonard is on the rail racing third. GR's Princess. Weston Miracle parked 5th on the outside as they race on. By the 3/8 pole and off the top turn, they come down the stretch, racing for the half, and Lonesome Tom shows the way now. He's on top by 2 lengths. Renegade Knight back 3 lengths to Lone Water Leonard racing in third. GR's Princess 4th. They were by the half in 1:01. Then it's Weston Miracle, Sherwood's Lad, Miss Tahoe, Island Mercury, P.H. Rosie. Into the turn, they drive to the 5/8 pole. Lonesome Tom, 2.5 lengths now. He leads as they go driving by the 5/8. Up the backstretch to the 3/4, Lonesome Tom. Then it's Renegade Knight, back 5 lengths now to Lone Water Leonard racing in third. On the outside, GR's Princess 4th. Then Sherwood's Lad, Weston Miracle, Island Mercury, Miss Tahoe, P.H. Rosie, 1:31 3 by the 3/4. Into the turn, Lonesome Tom, still on top by 2.25 lengths. Renegade Knight and Lone Water Leonard. Sherwood's Lad has come to 4th. GR's Princess on the outside 5th, and they're off the turn. Down the stretch, here they come for home. It's Lonesome Tom moving away, well in hand. Lonesome Tom by about 3.5. Renegade Knight, Lone Water Leonard down to the line, and here they are. At the line, Lonesome Tom, then Renegade Knight, tight for show between Lone Water Leonard and Island Mercury. Sherwood's Lad, GR's Princess, Weston Miracle, P.H. Rosie, and Miss Tahoe. Time for the mile, 2:02 2. Back now, the winner of the 12th and final. It's number 1, Lonesome Tom. Lonesome Tom is a bay horse 5 years by J.K.'s Racer out of Lismus Chip, she by Knightley Blue Chip. Owned by Steve Mahar and Ron Chamberlain of Rosse, trained by Ron Chamberlain, Steve Mahar driving. Lonesome Tom picks up his 4th winning trip of 1993. This afternoon, he steps to a new win race record, 2:02 2. Number 1, Lonesome Tom, 4th winner of the day for Steve Mahar. 11th race starters behind the gate, approaching the top of the stretch. Lonesome Tom and Steve Mahar. Sherwood's Lad with Rick Collins. Quality Key and John Davidson. Island Mercury, Todd Trites. Baker Who with Doug Falcons. Markham's Tech and Jody Hennessy. Kill Karen Jingle, Heath Campbell. Township Foxy Lady with Gilles Berrio. Trailing Nail is Bobby, Mike Berrio. 9 starters, race 11. Here they come. They're off and leaving the wire. Pacing for the top is Lonesome Tom and Quality Key. Bidding for it as well as they hit the first turn, Township Foxy Lady is there, and Nail is Bobby moves to the inside. As they head towards the 8th pole, Lonesome Tom pacing out on top. He leaves a length and a half by the 8th. Nail is Bobby racing 2nd. Quality Key has 3rd. Then it's Township Foxy Lady, Sherwood's Lad, followed by Island Mercury, Kill Karen Jingle, Baker Who in the trailer, Markham's Tech. They're single file, 1 by 1, and they race by the opening quarter in 30 seconds flat. Driving into the turn, Lonesome Tom. Nail is Bobby in behind him, sitting pretty in 2nd. Quality Key on the rail with 3rd. Township Foxy Lady is racing 4th. Sherwood's Lad 5th. They're by the 3/8 pole. Off the top turn, the first 2 out by themselves a bit as they race down the stretch for the half. Lonesome Tom on top. Nail is Bobby. Back 3 lengths to Quality Key, racing in third. Township Foxy Lady has fourth. Here comes Island Mercury moving to fifth on the outside. Then Sherwood's Lad, Kilkerran Jingle is on the move. Baker Who and Markham's Tack the half. 1 minute and 4/5. Into the turn for the second time. Lonesome Tom and Nailless Bobby. That's Township Foxy Lady moving strong with a rush. Coming to third as they move by the 5/8 pole. Up the backstretch for the 3/4, and Lonesome Tom still shows the way. He leads a length and a half. Nailless Bobby and Township Foxy Lady has third. Quality Key racing fourth. 3 wide. Kilkerran Jingle comes to fifth. 3/4 and 1:32. Into the turn, Lonesome Tom, Nailless Bobby and Township Foxy Lady moving again off the rail, challenging from third. Quality Key has fourth. They're off the top turn, down the stretch. Here they come for home. Lonesome Tom, and here comes Nailless Bobby out to challenge. Township Foxy Lady is third. Lonesome Tom is holding. Nailless Bobby, Township Foxy Lady. Here they are. At the line, Lonesome Tom wins it. Then Nailless Bobby, Township Foxy Lady. Quality Key, followed by Kilkerran Jingle, Sherwood's Lad, Island Mercury, Baker Who, and Markham's Tack. Time for the mile, 2:02 and 3. We parade back now the winner of the 11th and final. It's number 1, Lonesome Tom. Bay Horse 5 years by J.K.'s Racer out of Lismus Chip. She by Nightly Blue Chip. Owned by Steve Mahar and Ron Chamberlain of Rosse. Trained by Ron Chamberlain, Steve Mahar driving. Lonesome Tom picks up his 5th winning trip of 1993. This evening he wins in 2:02 and 3. Number 1, Lonesome Tom, Steve Mahar. Gate approaching the top of the stretch. Boomer Down with Tim Merzetti. Sammy Motoring and Ron McClenaghan. Mina's Accolade with Heath Campbell. Toot and Tell 'em, Gilles Berriot. It's Light Time with Ivan Davies. Lonesome Fred, Jody Hennessy. Hoosier General with Elmore White. Lonesome Tom, Steve Mahar. 8 starters, race 8. Here they come. They're off and leaving the line from post 6. Lonesome Fred goes bidding for the top. Mina's Accolade moves into second. That's Boomer Down up the rail for third. And on the outside, Lonesome Tom racing on from fourth, and he goes to third. Driving into the turn, and by the 8th pole, Lonesome Fred, your leader by that marker. Mina's Accolade settles for cover. Lonesome Tom on the rail racing third. Boomer Down is fourth. Racing fifth, it is Sammy Motoring. Then it's Light Time. Toot and Tell 'em, and the trailer is Hoosier General as they go by the quarter. That's Lonesome Tom moving out to challenge 29 and 4 the quarter, and Lonesome Tom now pacing out on top. Lonesome Fred in second. Boomer Down is on the move, and he comes to third. Mina's Accolade fourth. Sammy Motoring racing in fifth, and they go driving by the 3/8 pole. Off the top turn and down the stretch. Here they come for the half. Lonesome Tom and Lonesome Fred, and Boomer Down is on the outside challenging third. Mina's Accolade races fourth, and Sammy Motoring out and moving fifth as they pass the half. It's Light Time. Toot and Tell 'em, then the trailer is Hoosier General the half. 1:01 and 1. Into the turn they drive to the 5/8 pole. Lonesome Tom a length. Lonesome Fred stays close as they pass the 5/8 and Boomer Down. Racing third up the backstretch for the 3/4 now. Lonesome Tom and Lonesome Fred on the inside. Mina's Accolade racing to third now. Boomer Down starts to fade fourth, and Sammy Motoring tips out 3 wide fifth. Then it's Light Time, Toot and Tell 'em, and Hoosier General. 3/4 and 31 and 4. Into the turn, Lonesome Tom, Lonesome Fred. Mina's Accolade has come to third. Sammy Motoring is fourth and 3 wide. It's Light Time racing on from fifth, and they're by the 7/8 pole. Off the top turn and down the stretch. Here they come for home. Lonesome Tom, Lonesome Fred. It's Light Time is coming on. It's Lonesome Tom. Here comes Mina's Accolade. Up on the inside, Toot and Tell 'em. Lonesome Tom. Here they are. At the line, Lonesome Tom wins it. Then it's Light Time, tight for show between Toot and Tell 'em and Mina's Accolade. Lonesome Fred, Hoosier General, Sammy Motoring, Boomer Down. Time for the mile, 2:04. And we parade back now the winner of the 8th race. It's number 8, Lonesome Tom. Lonesome Tom is a bay horse 6 years by J.K.'s Racer out of Lismus Chip. She by Nightly Blue Chip, owned by Steve Mahar and Ron Chamberlain of Rossay, trained and driven by Steve Mahar. His first win this year for Lonesome Tom. He wins this afternoon in 2:04. That's a driving triple for Steve Mahar this afternoon so far. 3 wins for Steve, winning earlier with Pucko, Fran's Kid, and here in race 8 with Lonesome Tom. With Heath Campbell. 6 starters for the first race. Here they come. They're off and leaving the line. Lonesome Tom from the rail. In between them is C. O'Leary. And on the outside, that's Pegasus Messenger racing for it. They drive into the turn, and Lonesome Tom assumes command. C. O'Leary ducks for cover. And racing third is Goldbuster. Pegasus Messenger will look for a hole as they pass the 8th pole. He finds it. On the rail 4th now. Then it's Europa's Ebony, Fran's Kid, your trailer. They head to the quarter. Lonesome Tom shows a 2.5 length lead. C. O'Leary and racing third is Goldbuster. Lonesome Tom motoring along by the opening quarter. He took them by that marker, 29 1/5. Driving into the turn, Lonesome Tom still on top, a good 2.5 lengths. C. O'Leary and Goldbuster has third. Pegasus Messenger in 4th. Europa's Ebony and the trailer still Fran's Kid. They're racing single file by the 3/8 pole, and they come down the stretch. In front of the grandstand for the first time. Lonesome Tom still with a good 4-length lead now. He's stepping up the pace, and he takes them by the half. C. O'Leary is second. They took them by the half in 59 4. Racing into the turn for the second time, Lonesome Tom cuts it out. C. O'Leary and Goldbuster. Pegasus Messenger moves to the outside, challenging 4th. Fran's Kid up on the inside, 5th, and Europa's Ebony trails, but moves on the outside. To the 3/4, Lonesome Tom. He still shows a 4-length lead. C. O'Leary and on the outside now, Pegasus Messenger. Racing third, Goldbuster on the rail is 4th. Europa's Ebony and the trailer Fran's Kid. Lonesome Tom took them by the 3/4 in 1:30 1. Into the turn, Lonesome Tom, his lead has been reduced. He leads by 2 lengths now. C. O'Leary and on the outside is Pegasus Messenger. Moving to the inside, Goldbuster, and tipping out 3 wide comes Europa's Ebony, and they're off the top turn. Down the stretch, Lonesome Tom, they're catching him though. C. O'Leary, here comes Europa's Ebony on the outside strong. It's Lonesome Tom, Europa's Ebony on the outside. C. O'Leary, here they are. Lonesome Tom wins it, then Europa's Ebony, C. O'Leary, Fran's Kid, Goldbuster, Pegasus Messenger. Time for the mile, 2:02 2. Now the winner of tonight's first race is number 1, Lonesome Tom. A bay horse 6 years by J.K.'s Racer out of Lismus Chip. She by Nightly Blue Chip. Owned by Steve Mahar and Ron Chamberlain of Rossay. Trained and driven by Steve Mahar. Second winning trip this season for Lonesome Tom, a season's best form, and tonight he equals his win race record of 2:02 2. Number 1, Lonesome Tom, Steve Mahar. There's 4 race 2 behind the gate and approaching the top of the stretch. There's Tough Ender with John Davidson, J.L. Cook and Tim Rossetti. Lonesome Tom with Steve Mahar. Power of Pain, Gordy Hennessy. Last Time Down with Peter Tricarton. Candy Mist, Doug Falcons. Confident Sabra, Morris Benson. Bar Harbor with Lonnie Stokes, and trailing French Irish, Wayne Mahar. 9 starters, second race. Here they come. They're off and leaving the line. Lonesome Tom goes bidding for the front. Moving up on the inside is Tough Ender. Outside driving on is Candy Mist racing on to second. They hit the turn. Lonesome Tom and Candy Mist has reached second. Tough Ender third as they pass the 8th pole. Then it's Power of Pain racing 4th. Last Time Down 5th. J.L. Cook, Confident Sabra, followed by French Irish and Bar Harbor. As they go to the quarter, Lonesome Tom shows the way. He leads a length and a half. Tough Ender, and backing off into the 3-hole is Candy Mist, and they pass the opening quarter 30 1. Driving into the turn, Lonesome Tom a length and a half lead. Tough Ender in the garden spot with Candy Mist racing in third. Power of Pain has 4th and is out to challenge as they race by the 3/8 pole. Off the top turn and down the stretch. They're racing for the half, and Lonesome Tom shows the way. He's opened up a 2-length lead now. Tough Fender and Candy Mist has third, and outside, Power of Pain challenging fourth. J.L. Cook follows in fifth. Past the half, 101 and 2. Then last time down, Confident Sabra, Bar Harbor and French Irish, and they're into the turn again for the second time. Lonesome Tom still on top, a length and 3/4. Tough Ender back to second. Candy Mist is third. Power of Pain, he's hanging fourth on the outside, and they're up the backstretch for the 3/4. Lonesome Tom and Tough Ender now makes a move out to challenge from second. Power of Pain has come to third. Candy Mist, J.L. Cook is 3 wide. Then it's last time down, Confident Sabra, Bar Harbor and the trailer French Irish, 132 and 4 by the 3/4, and as they drive into the turn, Tough Fender has taken the top on the outside. Lonesome Tom stays with them, and Power of Pain closing in on the leaders as they hit the 7/8 pole and down the stretch. They're racing for home in between horses. Tough Fender, Lonesome Tom on the inside. Power of Pain is 3 wide. They're all neck and neck. Lonesome Tom, Power of Pain coming on. Here they are. Lonesome Tom holds on. Then Power of Pain, Tough Ender, J.L. Cook, Confident Sabra, Candy Mist, last time down, Bar Harbor and French Irish. Time for the mile, 2:04 and 3. And parading back now, our second race winner this afternoon, it's number 3, Lonesome Tom. Lonesome Tom's a bay horse, 6 years by J.K.'s Racer out of Lisma's Chip. She by Knightley Blue Chip, owned by Twyla Mahar and Ron Chamberlain of Rossay, trained and driven by Steve Mahar. Lonesome Tom picks up his third win this season. This afternoon, 2:04 and 3. Number 3, Lonesome Tom and Steve Mahar. And Cyrano de Nouvelle with Earl Fram. 5 starters for the first race. Here they come. They're off and leaving the wire. Lonesome Tom quickly out from post 2, and he quickly grabs the front. Farther along grabs second, and Sharp Doc has third. As they race into the first turn, Charlene Cash is fourth in the trailer. Cyrano de Nouvelle by the 8th pole. The leader is Lonesome Tom. He quickly leads by 3 lengths as they go up the backstretch for the quarter. Farther along, and Sharp Doc is racing third. Then it's Charlene Cash and Cyrano de Nouvelle. And Lonesome Tom jumps out by 5 lengths quickly by the opening quarter. He took them by that marker, 29 2/5 as they drive into the turn and race to the 3/8 pole. Sharp Doc a good lead, at least 4 lengths, probably 5. Then it's farther along and racing third, Sharp Doc, Charlene Cash and Cyrano de Nouvelle. There's been no movement as they race by the 3/8 pole and come down the stretch for the half, and Lonesome Tom opening up a 7-length lead now as they approach the half. Farther along in Sharp Doc, but Lonesome Tom by himself as they pass the half in 59 3. And driving into the turn for the second time. Lonesome Tom way out in front, 6 or 7 lengths. Farther along, and Sharp Doc is racing third. Cyrano de Nouvelle moves to fourth on the outside as they pass the 5/8 pole. And Charlene Cash now trails fifth. Up the backstretch to the 3/4. Sharp Doc still well in hand, and he still leads by a good 5 lengths. Farther along, and Sharp Doc. On the outside is Cyrano de Nouvelle racing fourth, and Charlene Cash. 3/4, 130 and 3. Driving into the turn, they race to the 7/8 pole, and it's still Lonesome Tom with a good 4.5, 5-length lead. He's maintained that. Farther along, in Sharp Doc, ticking out 3 wide. As they hit the 7/8 pole is Charlene Cash, and off the 7/8 down the stretch, they race for home. It's Lonesome Tom farther along, and Sharp Doc is driving strong, so is Charlene Cash. But all by himself, Lonesome Tom, Sharp Doc second, here they are. Lonesome Tom wins it easily, then Sharp Doc, Charlene Cash, farther along, and Cyrano de Nouvelle. Time for the mile, 2:02 and 2. Our 9th race is behind the gate and approaching the top of the stretch on the rail. Hobo's Treasure with John Davidson, Kilkieran Jingle, Heath Campbell, Hurricane Jose, and Gordy Hennessy. Busy Shopper, Steve Mahar, Rackaman with Todd Trites, Big Dylan, Mel Blanchard, Unique Jade with Jody Hennessy. 7 starters, 9th race. Here they come. They're off and leaving the wire. Goes Hurricane Jose. From the rail is Hobo's Treasure. Kilkieran Jingle is there, and Racing to the rail fourth goes Busy Shopper. They drive into that turn, and Hobo's Treasure paces out on top. And racing to second now comes Hurricane Jose as they pass the eighth pole. Kill Karen Jingle third. Busy Shopper racing in fourth. Then it's Rack Command, Big Dylan. The trailer is Unique Jade as they go to the quarter. Cutting it out, it's Hobo's Treasure. He leads the length. The Hurricane Jose and Kill Karen Jingle is third. Quarter 32/5. And they race into the turn. Cutting it out, it's Hobo's Treasure. He leads a length and a quarter. Hurricane Jose and Kill Karen Jingle. Busy Shopper. Field racing single file as they race on by the 3/8 pole. And they come tipping off the top turn down the stretch. Hobo's Treasure takes them to the half. He cuts it out. Hurricane Jose and Kill Karen Jingle. And here comes Busy Shopper. Out to challenge now from fourth, and he comes to third. Kill Karen Jingle fourth. Rack Command moving fifth. Then it's Big Dylan and the trailer Unique Jade as they pass the half. 1:03 and into the turn for the second time they go. Hobo's Treasure with Busy Shopper at the leader's wheel racing second. On the rail third is Hurricane Jose, and they're by the 5/8 pole now. Up the backstretch for the 3/4, it's Hobo's Treasure, Busy Shopper. Hurricane Jose up on the inside, looking for racing room third. Rack Command fourth on the outside. Kill Karen Jingle, Big Dylan, and Unique Jade. 3/4 and 1:33 and 2. Into the turn again. It's Hobo's Treasure. Neck and neck for second. Busy Shopper and Hurricane Jose. And Rack Command is with the leaders. He tips out 3 wide. And they're driving off the 7/8 pole. Down the stretch and taking them through the stretch is Hobo's Treasure. Hurricane Jose out to challenge, and Busy Shopper is on the outside. It's Hobo's Treasure holding. Busy Shopper and up to the inside. Kill Karen Jingle, and here they are. At the line, Hobo's Treasure wins it, then Busy Shopper and Kill Karen Jingle, Hurricane Jose, followed by Rack Command, Big Dylan, and Unique Jade. Time for the mile, 2:04 and 1. Starters for this afternoon's featured 11th race behind the gate, approaching the top of the stretch. F.G. Charles with Jody Hennessy, Paris Motion, Brian Moore, Cash Under the Table with Gilles Berriot. King Tyler and Steve Mahar, C. Sedill, John Davidson. 5 starters, race 11. Here they come. They're off and leaving the wire from post 4, King Tyler. Racing for the front, Paris Motion moves to second. And as they race into the turn, on the inside, F.G. Charles racing third outside, C. Sedill and Cash Under the Table in between them, and they race on by the 8th pole. Up the backstretch, King Tyler takes them to the quarter. Paris Motion and Cash Under the Table on the outside. Now racing third, F.G. Charles and C. Sedill moving on the outside from 5th. They drive by the opening quarter with King Tyler cutting it out. Quarter in 29 and 4. Paris Motion and Cash Under the Table. C. Sedill works up on the outside from 4th, and F.G. Charles trails the field 5th. Into the turn. They're driving by the 3/8 pole, and King Tyler, your leader at this point. Paris Motion and now C. Sedill rumbles up to third as they come racing down the stretch for the half. It's King Tyler, Paris Motion, and C. Sedill outside racing third. Now comes to second. Paris Motion is third. F.G. Charles is on the move with cover. 4th on the outside. And the trailer Cash Under the Table. The half and 1:01 and 1. They drive into the turn for the second time. King Tyler and C. Sedill is at the leader's wheel. Paris Motion has third. They're by the 5/8 pole. Up the backstretch and they drive to the 3/4. King Tyler on top a length. C. Sedill still challenging second. Now F.G. Charles comes to third on the outside. Paris Motion and Cash Under the Table. Still it's King Tyler with a 3/4 length lead. 3/4, 1:30 and 3. Driving into the turn, King Tyler and C. Sedill hanging second. F.G. Charles closing in, racing third. Paris Motion and Cash Under the Table. And King Tyler leads as they hit the 7/8 pole. Down the stretch, and here they come for home. King Tyler, C. Sedill still challenging. F.G. Charles is third. King Tyler, C. Sedill is coming on. They're neck and neck. King Tyler, here they are. King Tyler holds. C. Sedill, F.G. Charles, then Cash Under the Table and Paris Motion. Time for the mile, 2:01. Starters behind the gate approaching the top of the stretch. Cyrano de Nouvelle, Sean Dooley, Goldbuster, Lonnie Stokes. Eyes the Bye, Heath Campbell, Lonesome Tom, Steve Mahar, Charlene Cash, Doug Falcons, Gold Prince, Gordy Hennessy, Nail is Bobby with Doug Beckwith, Mine is Accolade, Rick Collins, trailing Miss Tahoe, John Davidson. 9 starters, race 6. Here they come. They're off and leaving the wire. Lonesome Tom and Charlene Cash outside. Driving for the top up on the inside. Cyrano de Nouvelle as they drive into the turn 4 wide. Racing for the front. It's a battle, and in between horses goes Goldbuster. Charlene Cash is off stride, and they're up the back stretch and heading to the opening quarter now. Goldbuster heading to the front. Then Cyrano de Nouvelle and Lonesome Tom is parked third on the outside. Mine is Accolade on the rail fourth. Racing fifth is Miss Tahoe. Then it's Eyes the Bye. Opening quarter, 30 seconds flat. Then Gold Prince, followed by Nail is Bobby. Far back, still off stride, Charlene Cash. They race into the turn and drive to the 3/8 pole. And Goldbuster has Lonesome Tom parked, and they're by the 3/8 pole now. Off the turn and down the stretch, they race in front of the grandstand. Racing neck and neck for the top. On the inside, Goldbuster. Lonesome Tom is on the outside. Here comes Mine is Accolade. Out from fourth, and she comes to third as they pass the half. On the rail fourth, Cyrano de Nouvelle, the half in 1:01 and 3. Then it's Miss Tahoe, Eyes the Bye, Nail is Bobby, and Gold Prince. Into the turn, and they race to the 5/8 pole. They're by it, and Goldbuster has a neck lead, and they go up the backstretch to the 3/4. On the inside, Goldbuster, Lonesome Tom on the outside. He shows on top now. Goldbuster second. On the outside now and tipping out 3 wide is Mine is Accolade. She is 3 wide, and they go racing to the 3/4. They're by it. 1:32 and 3. On the outside, 3 wide. Mine is Accolade. In between horses is Lonesome Tom and Goldbuster. On the rail racing third, Cyrano de Nouvelle. Looks for room fourth, and tipping out as well goes Miss Tahoe. They're 3 wide and off the turn. Down the stretch, Mine is Accolade. Lonesome Tom, here comes Miss Tahoe on the outside. Mine is Accolade, Lonesome Tom, Miss Tahoe makes it 3. They're down to the line. Mine is Accolade, and here they are. Mine is Accolade wins it. Lonesome Tom finishing second. Then Miss Tahoe, Cyrano de Nouvelle, Eyes the Bye, Gold Prince, Goldbuster, Nail is Bobby, and Charlene Cash far back. Time for the mile, 2:03 and 3. For the 7th race, behind the gate approaching the top of the stretch. There's farther along with Ross McDonald, Sharp Doc with Jody Hennessy. Eyes the Bye, Heath Campbell. Goldbuster and Jill Berrio. Lonesome Tom with Steve Mahar. Miss Tahoe, John Davidson, Charlene Cash, Gordy Hennessy. 7 starters, race 7. Here they come. They're off and leaving the wire. Goldbuster, and on the outside goes Charlene Cash bidding for it. On the inside, farther along. Driving into the turn, that's Charlene Cash on the extreme outside. Now moving to the front. Farther along has a second, and Goldbuster gets to the rail third as they pass the 8th pole. Lonesome Tom moves up fourth on the outside. Then it's Sharp Doc. Miss Tahoe is on the move, coming to 6th, and the trailer is Eyes the Bye. Racing on now is Charlene Cash with a 2-length lead as they pass the opening quarter by that marker in 29 and 2. Into the turn, Charlene Cash. Lonesome Tom now on the rail, behind the leader in second. There farther along has a third, that's Miss Tahoe. Coming to 4th on the outside. Then it's Goldbuster getting shuffled back to 5th. They drive into the turn and come down the stretch now, racing for the half, and Charlene Cash in command leads a length. Lonesome Tom on her back racing second. 3 lengths back to farther along in third. Miss Tahoe has come to 4th as they pass the half. Goldbuster has 5th. Then Eyes the Bye and Sharp Doc. They pace the half in 1 minute and 3/5. Into the turn they go for the second time. Charlene Cash with Lonesome Tom staying very close as they go racing by the 5/8 pole. Farther along has third Miss Tahoe. Racing 4th on the outside. Goldbuster, Eyes the Bye, and Sharp Doc. To the 3/4, Charlene Cash and Lonesome Tom. Back 3 lengths now as Miss Tahoe comes to 3rd, Eyes the Bye. 3 wide now 4th. 3/4, 1:32 and 3. Charlene Cash and Lonesome Tom, the others are closing in. Miss Tahoe's had a tough trip, but she's racing third and moving on the outside. Eyes the Bye following with the fourth, and they race by the 7/8 pole with Lonesome Tom now. Out to challenge as they hit the head of the lane. Down the stretch, it's Charlene Cash, Lonesome Tom, and on the outside, Miss Tahoe coming on. It's Lonesome Tom, Miss Tahoe coming on the outside. They're neck and neck. Here they are. Looks like Lonesome Tom, Miss Tahoe, Charlene Cash, and Eyes the Bye, Goldbuster, Sharp Doc, and farther along. Time for the mile, 2:04 and 1. Race 8 starters behind the gate of
River Raider, Brian Moore, Miss Golly G, Mike Downey, Cocan Rita, Jerry Gallant, Cocan for you, Yoda's Gallant, and here they come. They're often rushing to the top of this Tickle Me Irvin, Lexical, racing second and along the rail. Miss Dial Breeze is a third. River Raider up on the outside, drives on the fourth. Up on the outside, Miss Golly G. Then the Town Terra at the rail. Then Cocan Rita and Cocan for you. They're on up the back stretch and driving out of second. Winging for the top is Lexical, but backing off as Tickle Me Irvin steps out and holds that lead. Tickle Me Irvin on top at the quarter. 31 and 1. They drive into the top turn. Tickle Me Irvin shows the way. Lexical second. Misty Breeze is third. River Raider moving fourth. Miss Golly G. And then on the outside, the Town Terra. Then it is Cocan Rita and Cocan for you. They swing through the stretch now. They're driving onto the half and pacing on top. It is Tickle Me Irvin. He is the leader. Then Lexical second. River Raider on the outside third. Then on the rail, Miss Dial Breeze, Miss Golly G. The Town Terra, the half and 4 and 4. Then Cocan Rita and Cocan for you. They're into the turn, driving to the 5/8. 4 of them in along the inside and 4 up on the outside. But up front, it is Tickle Me Irvin holding his lead. River Raider is second out 3 wide. Miss Golly G drives on third. They're 3 wide nose to nose as they go to the 3/4 pole. Moving up into contention now, the Town Terra gets to fourth. They go 3 wide nose to nose on by the 3/4 pole, and they're by that marker in 1:37 and 2. Top turn, the 3 of them still nose to nose. Tickle Me Irvin inside, River Raider in between horses, Miss Golly G. Then Lexical, and swinging out 4 wide now comes the Town Terra as they make the turn for home. Up front, Tickle Me Irvin, River Raider, the Town Terra. Strong on the outside coming on, but it's going to be Tickle Me Irvin, River Raider. It is tight. Tickle Me Irvin, River Raider, the Town Terra. Lexical, Miss Golly G, Cocan for you, Cocan Rita. Misty Isle Breeze, time for the mile, 2:07. And parading now the winner of the first race. Number 5, River Raider, Bay Colt, 3 years. He's by Southern Raider from Vanish. She by Nansemond. Owned by John McGurk and Robert Bonus. Kensington, Prince Edward Island, trained by Bob Bonus with Brian Moore driving. Colt breaks his maiden with a record of 2:07. Fourth. Tickle Me Irvin was second. Misty Isle Breeze, 8th. River Raider, your race winner. Miss Golly G, 5th. Cocan Rita, 7th. Cocan for you, 6th. Race times quarter, 31 and 1. The half, 1:04 and 4. 3/4, 1:37 and 2. The mile in 2:07.
1 Richmond Rula for owner-driver Mike Downey. 2 Derby 2, owned by Mark Haig of St. John, John Davidson driving. Horse 3 Beverly Retsamag, Ricky Collins, the owner and driver. 4 entry, Dynamite Treasure, Tim Merzetti drives for the owner, Bob McNeil. 5 is Winter Lad, owned by Alir Arsenault. Wayne Hubbard, Wayne does the driving. The 6, Ida named her different, Paul Dares, the owner, with driver Steve Mahar. The 7, Riverly Sunset, owned by Mike Morris. Gilles Barrio drives, in 8, Fame's Fashion, owned by Don Sweezy, Dirk Duncan driving. 8 starters here in the second race. Post time in 2 minutes to post.
Greg Dynamite Treasure, Winter Lad, I'd named her different. Riverly Sunset, Fame's Fashion. Out approaching the top of the stretch for the field of 8, there's Richmond Rula N and Mike Downey. Derby 2 and John Davidson, Beverly Retzemag with Ricky Collins. Dynamite Treasure and Tim Mercetti, Winter Lad and Wayne Hubbard. I'd named her different. Steve Mahar, Riverly Sunset, Gilles Barrio, Fame's Fashion, Dirk Duncan. Here they come. They're off and rushing to the top from post 6 is I'd named her different. She's the leader into the turn. Richmond Rula racing a second. Then Beverly Retzemag goes to the rails. He's racing third. That's Winter Lad. Outside, he's hanging 4th. Derby 2 is 5th. Fame's Fashion up on the outside as they drive on up the backstretch to the quarter. Dynamite Treasure racing 7th. And the trailer is Riverly Sunset on to the quarter pole and facing on top. I'd named her different. She is the leader by the quarter in 29 and 4. Out of the top turn, I'd named her different. Like Richmond Rula racing second. Beverly Retzemag has third, but up on the outside, Fame's Fashion driving on 4th. Winter Lad takes cover behind her, racing 5th as they spring through the stretch now. Here they come. Racing to the half, it's Ida, named her different. Richmond Rula. He is sitting pretty, has the 2-hole. Fame's Fashion on the outside, 3rd. Beverly Retzemag 4th. That's Winter Lad, Derby 2. Up on the outside, Dynamite Treasure and Riverly Sunset trailing that half in 101 and 3. And around the turn they go, racing to the 5/8. Ida named her different in command. She's by that marker with a lead of a length. And down the rail, Richmond Rula is racing second. Fame's Fashion outside 3rd. And going out way, way wide is Winter Lad. Moving up on the inside, though, Beverly Retzemag comes to 3rd, and Ida named her different. Takes him by the 3/4 pole. 132 and 4, top turn. Ida named her different, still the leader. Richmond Rula still sitting pretty in the 2-hole. Then Beverly Retzemag comes to a 3rd. They come swinging off the top turn. They're heading for home. It's Ida named her different. Richmond Rula, Beverly Retzemag. They are not going to catch Ida named her different. She's moving up a 2 and up the line. Ida named her different. Richmond Rula, Beverly Retzemag, Derby 2, Winter Lad, Dynamite Treasure, Riverly Sunset, and Fame's Fashion. Time for the mile, 2:04 and 1. Front. Baymare's 8 by Take a Look from K-Time Honor. She by Scamp Direct. Owned by Paul Dares of St. John and trained by Colleen Clancy with Steve Mahar driving. Win number 5 this year for Ida named different, 2:04 and 1. Derby 2 was 4th. Beverly Retzemag 3rd. Dynamite Treasure was 6th. Winter Lad 5th. Ida named her different, your race winner. Riverly Sunset was 7th. Fame's Fashion was 8th. Race times the quarter, 29 and 4. The half, 101 and 3. 3/4, 132 and 4. And the mile, 2:04 and 1.
Here in race 3, post time in about 6 minutes. The 1 entry, Norwell Playboy, owned by John McGurk with driver Steve Mahar. 2, Die High, owned and driven by Charlie Ross. The 3 is RSS, owned by Milton Downey of St. John, driver Steve Downey. The 4, Mactaquack Lady, owned and driven by Mark Collette of Fredericton. 5 is Criminal Type, owned by Sharon Duncan, Dirk Duncan drives. 6, Bright Stargaze, owned by Gerald Alexander with driver Rick Armstrong. The 7, Monty's Lass, owned by David Krause with driver Brian Moore. Horse 8, Island Sonnet, owned by Rolly Larkin, Driver is Tim Merzetti. 8 starters here in race 3. Post time for the 3rd in about 6 minutes.
A fine of 10% of the purse, which represents $70 to driver Steve Mahar with Tickle Me Irvin in the first race. Slow quarters. First one 31-1, the half 104-4. 10% of the purse, $70 fine to driver. The top of the stretch, 8 starters. Norwell Playboy, Steve Mahar, Die High, Charlie Ross, RSS and Steve Downey, Mac the Quack Lady, Mark Collett, Criminal Type with Dirk Duncan, Bright Stargaze, Rick Armstrong, Monty's Last, Brian Moore, Island Sonnet, Tim Mercetti. Here they come. They're off and rushing to the top of this Die High, Mac the Quack Lady outside driving on second, in and along the rail. Norwell Playboy racing a third, rushing up on the outside. Island Sonnet goes to fourth, and RSS racing fifth. Criminal Type as they drive on up the backstretch onto the quarter. Die High pacing on top. Mac the Quack Lady has the 2-hole. Norwell Playboy third. Then Island Sonnet racing fourth. Racing fifth, RSS as they go on by the quarter pole. Quarter 30 seconds. Criminal Type is out and moving. Then Bright Stargaze and the trailer Monty's Last. Monty's Last is last as they swing around the top turn. They come to the 3/8 pole. And it's Die High, cutting it out with Mac the Quack Lady sitting pretty second. Norwell Playboy a third. Criminal Type moves on the outside fourth. And Norwell Playboy out to move from third. Up front, Die High, a length and a half. Die High is the leader as they go racing on by the half. 102-1. Mac the Quack Lady, Norwell Playboy outside third. Island Sonnet fourth. Criminal Type outside fifth. And RSS, Bright Stargaze, and Monty's Last. They go on by the 5/8 now. They're on up the backstretch to the 3/4 pole. It is still Die High. She's out a length and a half. Mac the Quack Lady racing a second. Norwell Playboy between horses. Criminal Type 3 wide is fourth. Island Sonnet, Bright Stargaze, RSS, Monty's Last. 132-2 by the 3/4 pole. Head of the top turn. Die High holding the lead by a neck. In between horses, Norwell Playboy. Then way wide, Criminal Type. Mac the Quack Lady looks for room. She's fourth. Island Sonnet, Bright Stargaze heading home. Norwell Playboy coming to the top. And here comes Mac the Quack Lady. But Norwell Playboy is going to hold to win this. At the line, Norwell Playboy, Mac the Quack Lady, Island Sonnet, Die High, Criminal Type, RSS, Bright Stargaze, and Monty's Last. Time for the mile, 2:03 3. By Meadow Skipper. Norwell Playboy is owned by John McGurk of Kensington, Prince Edward Island, trained and driven by Steve Mahar. It's the 7th winning trip this year for Norwell Playboy, winning in 2:03 3. Playboy, your race winner. Die High, 4th. RSS for 6th. Mac the Quack Lady, 2nd. Criminal Type was 5th. Bright Stargaze, 7th. Monty's Last was 8th. Island Sonnet was 3rd. Your race time's quarter 30 seconds. The half, 102-1. 3/4, 132-2, and the mile in 2:03 3. Checking from the top, 1, 4, 6, 2, 5, 7, 8 and 3, the mile in 3 3.
David Baldwin, owner and driver. 2 Leper Cam. On by Twyland, Steve Mahar. Steve does the driving. 3 Hughes Return. On by Fred Ganong, John Davidson drives. The 4 Miss Tahoe for owner and driver Tony Watson. 5 entry, Bub's Light. On by Rolly Larkin, Hunter River, Prince Edward Island. Driver is Tim Merzetti. The 6 Can-Am's Chance. Gilberto drives for the owner Shirley Lewis. The 7 is Good Dear Good, owned by Roy Dickinson with catch driver Dirk Duncan. And horse 8 Shalimar Sentinel, owned by John McMillan of Hampton. Sean Shannon in the sulky. 8 starters here for the 5th race, race 5, post time in 6 minutes.
Sean Shannon. Here they come. They're off Miss Tahoe, going for the top. So is Can-Am's Chance on the outside. They're nose to nose into the turn. Dusty Davy up along the rail. He's racing third. Head of the turn, Can-Am's Chance now moves to the top. He's the leader out by a length as they go on by the 8th pole. Miss Tahoe racing a second. Dusty Davy has a third. Leprechaun a fourth. Hughes Return is fifth. That is Bub's Light. Good, dear good. And the trailer Shalimar Sentinel as they drive to the quarter pole, and Miss Tahoe is the leader now as they go by the quarter. 30 and 4/5. They're at the top turn. Miss Tahoe out the 2. Can-Am's Chance racing second. That's Leprechaun. Strong on the outside, rushing on third. Goes to second now as they come on by the 3/8 pole. They're tipping off the top turn, and here they come through the stretch, racing to the half. Miss Tahoe, Leprechaun coming to her, challenging for the top. Can-Am's Chance third at the rail outside. Hughes Return now fourth, and Leprechaun takes command. He is the leader as they go by the half. 102 and 4 into the turn. They drive to the 5/8 pole. Leprechaun, Miss Tahoe, Can-Am's Chance third at the rail outside. Hughes Return fourth. Dusty Davy, Shalimar Sentinel, Bob's Life, and Good, Dear Good, and up the backstretch they go to the 3/4. Leprechaun holding that lead. Hughes Return is strong on the outside. He gets to second, going for the top. Miss Tahoe racing third. Can-Am's Chance a strong fourth as they go by the 3/4. 133 and 3. Top turn, Leprechaun 3/4 of a length outside. Hughes Return. Can-Am's Chance, Miss Tahoe. Bub's Light, Dusty Davy, Shalimar Sentinel, Good, Dear Good. They come swinging for home. It is Leprechaun. Leprechaun, Hughes Return, Can-Am's Chance. Leprechaun is on the inside. Hughes Return on the outside. But it's going to be Leprechaun. He holds to win. Then Hughes Return, Bub's Light. Miss Tahoe, Can-Am's Chance, Shalimar Sentinel, Good, Dear Good, Dusty Davy, the Modern 2:05. He's 4. He's by This Comes For You from Bright Jennifer. She by Willow Bird, owned by Twala and Steve Mahar of Rothsay. Trained and driven by Steve Mahar. Second winning trip this year for Leprechaun. His season's best, winning in 2:05. And that's a driving triple so far this afternoon for Stevie Wonder. Was 8th. Leprechaun, your race winner. Hughes Return second. Miss Tahoe was 4th. Bob's Light third. Can-Am's Chance was 5th. Good, Dear Good 7th. Shalimar Sentinel was 6th. Race times the quarter 30 and 4/5. The half 102 and 4. 3/4 133 and 3. And the mile in 2:05. Check.
The 2 Alaskan Tomasino by Charles Oliver of St. John, driver Gordy Hennessy. Horse 3 Mactaquack Star, owned and driven by Mark Collette of Fredericton. 4 Conspicuous Colleen, owner and driver David Baldwin. The 5 Burton Abbey, owned by Doug Hildebrand. Driver is Brian Moore. 6 is Common Man, entered by Mike Hitchcock. John Davidson drives. Horse 7 Sales Assistant, owned by John Dunn. Dale Orr, Rod Gogan. Tony Watson drives. And horse 8 Prime Grand, owned by Brian Foster. Mike Downey driving. 8 starters, 6 minutes to post.
Alaskan Thomasina Gord Hennessy. Mactaquack Star, Mark Collett. Conspicuous Colleen, Dave Baldwin. Birdton Abbey and Brian Moore. Common Man and John Davidson. Sales Assistant and Tony Watson and Prime Grand at Mike Downey. And here they come. Clear off and rushing to the top. From the outside goes Common Man, Springbrook Kalen. And along the rail holds that lead. Springbrook Kalen challenging Common Man. Now Common Man is going to back off. He'll settle for the 2-hole. That's Prime Grand. Rushing up on the outside, driving on third, but he goes to the rail as well. Mike the Quack Star is racing fourth. Burton Abbey outside is fifth. Then Alaskan Thomasina, Conspicuous Galene, and the trailer sales assistant by that opening quarter, 30 seconds. Springbrook Kalen cuts it out. Then Common Man is second. Prime Grand third. Mike the Quack Star. Burton Abbey has found the rail. Alaskan Thomasina's out and moving. So is sales assistant. Conspicuous Colleen is now the trailer, and they're springing off the top turn, and here they come. Through the stretch, they're racing to the half and up front. It is Springbrook Kalen. Out by 2. Common Man second. Prime Grand. Mac the Quack Star on the move fourth. And Springbrook Kalen takes him by the half. 102. Out of the turn they go, racing for the 5/8, Springbrook Kalen. Common Man racing second, Prime Grand third at the rail. Outside of him is Mac the Quack Star, inching up from fourth. Now Alaska Thomasina gets to fifth. Burton Abbey, sales assistant, Conspicuous Kalen, stepping out to the 3/4 pole, Springbrook Kalen. Common Man holding second. On the outside, Mac the Quack Star is third, and they're by the 3/4. 134 and 1, top turn. Springbrook Kalen. Common Man is second, Mac the Quack Star. Then Alaskan Thomasina coming to the 7/8 pole at Springbrook Kalen. A lead of 2 lengths. Heading home, Springbrook Kalen looking good. Common Man driving second. But here comes Steve Mahar, his 4th winner this afternoon. Springbrook Kalen and Steve Mahar, 4th win. Common Man, Alaska Thomasina, Mike the Quack Star. Then Burton Abbey type between Conspicuous Kalen and sales assistant. And then Prime Grand, the mile and 2:06 and 2. On Springbrook Kalen. Brown horse, 8 years by Link Up. From Mary's Chippy, she by Trooper Chip. Owned by Elmer Wade of Summerside, trained and driven by Steve Mahar. 3rd winning trip this year for Springbrook Kalen. He wins this afternoon in 2:06 and 2. Springbrook Kalen, your race winner. Alaskan Thomasina was 3rd. Mike the Quack Star, 4th. Conspicuous Kalen was 6th. Burton Abbey, 5th. Common Man was 2nd. Sales assistant 7th, and Prime Grand was 8th. Race times, a quarter 30 seconds. The half 1:02. 3/4 1:34 and 1. The mile and 2:06 and 2. And we check from the top. Your card.
Gordy Hennessy aboard the 2. Chabred, owned by Bob Bonus, driver Tim Rossetti. 4's Casey's Angel, owned by Averill Hunter, with driver Brian Moore. The 5, Hard-Hearted Woman, owned by Dr. Hugh Baird of Hampton. Your driver is Sean Shannon. 6 is Please Call Me, for owner and driver John Davidson. Once again, the 7 is out, Windfall Rambo, owned by Pat Eastwood of St. John, with driver Tony Watson. Horse 9 is Noble Chance, owned by Randy Blanchard of the Pro. Gilles Berriot will drive. 8 starters here in race number 9, post time in 5 minutes.
Country Wedding, Dirk Duncan, Chabred with Tim Mercetti, Casey's Angel, Brian Moore. Hard-Hearted Woman with Sean Shannon, Please Call Me, John Davidson. Noble Chance, Gilles Berriot, Windfall Rambo, Tony Watson. Here they come. They're off and stepping out. Country Wedding grabs the lead. Up on the outside and challenging. Casey's Angel. Moving up along the inside is Meductic Molly. She slips through along the rail and grabs the top. Meductic Molly shows the way. Country Wedding has second. On the outside, Casey's Angel is racing third as they race on up the backstretch for the quarter. Then racing fourth, it is Chabred. And Casey's Angel is driving on, gets to second, goes swinging for the top. But Meductic Molly is the leader as they go by the quarter in 30 seconds flat. Out of the top turn, Meductic Molly half a length on the outside. Casey's Angel bidding second. Country Wedding sitting third at the rail. Then Chabred is racing fourth as they come on by the 3/8. Then Hard-Hearted Woman up on the outside comes Noble Chance. Then we go to Windfall Rambo, and Please Call Me trails the field. As they come to the half, it's Meductic Molly in command. She's leading a length, and Meductic Molly takes him by the half. 101 and 3, driving into the turn for the 5/8. Meductic Molly, Casey's Angel. Country Wedding at the rail is racing third. Noble Chance outside. Follows cover is fourth. Then Chabred has fifth as they race on by the 5/8 pole and tipping out 3 wide now. Noble Chance drives on to third. Up front, Meductic Molly. Alec to the half. Country Wedding is second, and Noble Chance outside third. Chabred racing fourth. Hard-Hearted Woman is fifth. Please Call Me. They drive on by the 3/4. 132 and 4. Top turn, Meductic Molly. Country Wedding racing a second in along the rail, waiting to move. Then Chabred moves up to third, and now they are swinging for home. It is Meductic Molly. And Country Wedding driving up strong on the outside, but Meductic Molly's going to hold. 5 wins for Steve Mahar. Meductic Molly, Country Wedding, Chabred, Noble Chance, Hard-Hearted Woman, then Windfall Rambo, Please Call Me, and Casey's Angel, the mile, 2:03. Afternoon, Steve Mahar, with Meductic Molly. Bay mare 6 years, she's by the Den Man from Joni's Pony, she by a landslide. Owned by Dr. Bob Hume of Hay Settlement. Trained and driven by Steve Mahar. Molly gets her 9th wedding trip this afternoon. She wins in 2:03. 5 wins so far this afternoon for Stevie Wonder. Dick Molly, your race winner. Country Wedding was second. Chabred, third. Casey's Angel, 8th. Hard-Hearted Woman was 5th. Please Call Me was 7th. Cookie's Thunder scratched. Windfall Rambo, 6th, and Noble Chance, 4th. And the race times, quarter 30 seconds. Half 1:01 and 3. 3/4 1:32 and 4. And the mile in 2:03. Angel.